Bordelaise sauce. So good, I had to name it 3 times. This is a beautiful, classic French sauce, perfect with steak. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to make it with some gorgeous wine, traditionally with veal stock, quite hard to get for most people at home or make. So we're going to use beef stock, and we're going to do it with some bone marrow, because you've got to have some bone marrow in there. Otherwise, it just ain't Bordelaise. Right, let's get cracking with this one, because this is a beautiful, beautiful sauce.
So you're going to need some bone marrow. A good butcher will help you. Make sure it's a long piece like this. Cover it with some water. You can add a bit of salt too, a little bit of ice. And then we're just going to put this in the fridge for about 4 hours. That's just going to help draw out some of the blood. As you can see right there, you can see that water is a bit red. Okay, drain that out. And then what we're going to do with this, we're going to take it to a nice pot of boiling water. We're going to add a nice pinch of salt to help draw out any more impurities, and season it a touch too. Bang it in. As soon as it comes up to the boil, turn off the heat, let it sit for about 30 seconds. Get yourself an ice bath just like that. We're going to take this out after 30 seconds. It's been sat there, put it in your ice bath, and there we go. So I'm going to use the tip of a paring knife and just work my way along until I get to the bone there. I'll carve around here and just make like a little U shape. You can see where the marrow is. Basically, it shows you where to go. And at this stage, once I've gone all the way around, I just get my little spatula and just flip it up, and it should all come out in one lovely piece. Very nice indeed. Now scrape out all the extra. We're going to put that into the sauce. You can cut this however you want. You could do little half moons, or you can just do a dice like I'm going to do right here. Don't make it too small. Don't make it too big. Otherwise, it's going to fall apart in your final sauce. Do not waste any of this beautiful bone marrow. It's all going to go in the sauce. Absolutely gorgeous. Stick that in your fridge, and now we're going to finely dice some shallots. You've seen me do this plenty times before. Run your knife through it. I think I've got a bit too much there. I need about 40 grams in total, so I'm just going to weigh some out. And then we need 3 cloves of garlic. Just slice them up. Nothing crazy, okay? Clean your board down. Don't want all that garlic and onion smell and everything. And you need some herbs. Use whatever you've got. I've got parsley, thyme, sage from the garden. Now we're going to crush some peppercorns. However many that is, maybe 8. Just use the back of a heavy saucepan like this and set that aside. Dice up about 30 or 40 grams of unsalted butter. Make sure it's cold, stick that in the fridge, set it aside. And we're going to need some beef stock, about 350 mils.
Now let's talk red wine. What red wine do you need for your Bordelaise sauce? Well, you want something from Bordeaux, ideally, because it's well structured and it can really handle the reduction process and goes really well with that beef. If you've got Merlot, if you've got something kicking about that you open on the weekend, fine, go ahead and use it. But if you want a real proper Bordelaise sauce, get yourself a nice bottle of Bordeaux. Now this is a little belter. Pulled it out from the cellar. As you can see, quite nice indeed. So this will be nice. We'll add about 200 mils-ish of this, reduce it down, and drink the rest of it with that lovely steak that we're going to put this Bordelaise sauce all over. Ooh, I mean, just look at the color of that. Beautiful. Quick slurp. Don't drink shitty wine, life's too short. Oh, that's so good. Let's get reducing some. 200 mils there. Quite a bit, but it's going to reduce down by about a third, I'd say. This is one of the ways how we're going to build flavors with this sauce.
Add all your wine to a deep saute pan like this. Add in the garlic, the shallots, the black peppercorn, and then we're going to bring it up to the boil. Drop down the heat of the pan, bring it to a simmer, and then we're going to reduce this by about a third. You can just see there, swirling it around, how that is reducing quite nicely. Very nice. We'll give that a little bit longer, and you want to take it to about this stage, and then you want to add in your herbs, and then your beef stock. The beef stock's going to give it more body. Bring it up to the boil, and then we're going to reduce it well over by half. And you'll know when it's done, when it's got this lovely deep color. Look at the consistency of that. It just pours beautifully. Now pass that through a sieve into a clean saucepan. Just tap it, don't push it through because we don't want to make it go cloudy. Look at the beautiful color of that sauce, but we are not done yet. At this stage, I'm going to give it a taste and add a little bit of salt and pepper. I can add a bit more later at the end. Okay, once I've seasoned it up, I'm going to start putting in the butter in stages. Start with a half of it. Whisk it in over a low heat. We're not going to boil it. Once that's incorporated, we're going to add the rest of the butter and then just gently swirl your pan around until it's glossy, fully melted in, and looks absolutely wonderful, just like this. Now that's perfect. Coats the back of a spoon quite nicely. Now at this stage, add in your bone marrow, turn off the heat, stir this round. We don't want to melt it. we have glorious Bordelaise sauce with all those gorgeous pieces of bone marrow. Oh my, that is a classic thing of beauty.
Oh.
And there's only one thing to do with that Bordelaise sauce, and that is to get yourself a lovely steak, slice it on an angle like this, after you've had a little chef's treat on the end, get it onto a warm plate, and then just pour your lovely hot Bordelaise sauce lovingly all over that piece of beef. This sauce was destined for steak. Oh my, look how it just coats and pours absolutely beautifully and coats the beef like a lovely warm blanket. Enjoy, my friends, Bordelaise sauce. It is spectacular.
So there we have beautiful Bordelaise sauce. Just look at that. Beautiful bone marrow. Gorgeous steak and absolute beautiful sauce. Cheers. This sauce really was designed for beef. My God, is it good. Rich, meaty, complex. You want to feel better about yourself, put a bit of parsley on it. If you want to go extra fancy, extra luxurious, you could do demi-glace when you're cooking it. But the bone marrow is absolutely delicious. Make this sauce, it's a classic for a reason. So if you like content like this and you find this recipe helpful, then please consider subscribing and I will catch you all on the next one. Cheers.